Welcome back. It is our monthly interview segment featuring the Scam Alert presented by the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona, and we welcome Suzanne Miller to the Buckmaster Show. Suzanne is now, she's been promoted, so congratulations, Suzanne. I'm going to tell all of our listeners that your new title is Director of Communication and Consumer Affairs at the BBB. Very well deserved.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
They made the right choice. Boy, you guys had a great event with the BBB Torch Awards.
Fantastic evening, sold out event, 450 people. It was just a great time and a lot of wonderful networking opportunities.
Everybody's talking about spring cleaning. You know, we could, I guess, apply that to the digital spring cleaning time of year, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of how we're flipping it. We're really trying to focus a little bit more on the scam side of spring cleaning and really trying to clean up our digital footprints.
And the BBB and the National Cyber Security Alliance has put together a 4-week online kind of good way to clean up your online life.
Yeah, we've kind of worked together to create something that seems like, it's doable. That doesn't seem to overwhelm you because there are a lot of pieces to our digital life that we need to clean up and make sure that we stay safe. This is one of the best ways to keep us from, becoming a victim of scams and fraud, identity theft. It's really important.
Let's go over each of the weeks. Let's begin with week 1. I guess keep the clean machine.
No, don't you love that?
Yeah.
So basically, it's a basic first step to make sure that all the web connected devices, your PCs and the mobile phones, smartphones, tablets, are all free from malware and infections. And it sounds simple, but sometimes we forget to run those reports, have your system, look for any kind of malware that might be on there. So really make sure that your software is current as well, because software upgrades, when you do that and do the updates, it actually, it downloads any kind of system fixes for malware that might be out there. So it's important to stay up on that and make sure that you have really removed any old apps that are on your phone. If you're not using them, no need to keep them. And make sure your operating system, like I said, is always updated on your mobile device, because basically if you delete the unused apps, there's going to add more storage, a longer battery life, and you're just cleaning up your system.
Yeah, because so many of those apps are not even being used probably on the...
Right.
I can't got even a million
tell
of them.
you. Like when I'm going through this, I'm like, oh my goodness, I really need to apply this to my own life, because there are so many apps on my phone that I don't use, and I wonder why it's running slow.
So that certainly could take most of week 1.
Right. And,
right there,
fitting that into your schedule. So that's why we give you like a whole week to try to do a little this day, do a little that day. You don't have to sit down in one big, 2-hour, 3-hour segments. You can just kind of do it throughout the week.
And then week 2, I guess, is about really thinking about security.
Right. So now that we've got your systems kind of cleaned up, now we're going to think about a way to, be safer online. So the main one is that 2-step authentication. We've talked about this before, but so many internet systems have the social networks, financial institutions. They all offer this key security step free of charge, and we ask everyone to opt into that. And I have been using it. And, once you get it set up, it really is simple, and it really makes me feel so much more secure as to who's using, if there could be somebody that uses or logs into my system, I'm going to know about it. The other thing is securing your router with a strong password, and don't call it the Jones family or 123 Elm Street,
There probably are a lot of people that just say, well, I'll just use, I can remember 123.
Right. And, and so there's your username, and don't let your username tell anybody who owns that router, and make sure that your password is strong. And that goes for everything. The passwords on, everything. Make sure they're longer, lowercase letters, uppercase, numbers, symbols. really make it complicated. And I know that takes time, but when you have separate passwords, at least for key accounts, it really helps thwart cyber criminals. And, and write down all of your online passwords in one safe place and maybe in a locked safe. That's actually what I do at home. And when I do forget something, I know where I can go to find it.
Because you've got it in one location. You've got it in a little book, and I assume a little book, and it's in the safe.
Yeah.
So it's secure there. And also don't forget about securing your phone. This is really important.
That's huge. And so many of them have that swipe with your finger. That's great. Do that.
So those are 2 great weeks. We're halfway there to our 4-week cybersecurity fix. What's week 3?
So now you're halfway done. So now let's think about your digital records, your PCs, your phones, any device with storage, just like you do with your paper files. So we're really going to ask you to clean up your email. Save only those emails that you really need. Clear out the delete files, the archive files. Just, if you're not using them, empty them. And when you go and you do that, also manage your subscriptions. So if you are getting a lot of e-newsletters, email alerts, updates that you no longer read, unsubscribe from those. But don't have BBB be one of those, because we're always giving you good information.
Yeah, we don't want to delete BBB.
Don't do that one.
But for those that you don't want to, it's easy to opt out. You can go to the bottom there. It says if you don't want to receive anything, just click the button and you'll be taken care of.
And legally they have to do that. And also, when you go to throw away any of your electronics, if you're disposing of any of your hard drives or disks or memory cards, still get those shredded by someone you can trust. So there's shredding events. We've done one. We just did one in Sierra Vista. We'll probably be having another one coming up in Green Valley soon. So really go and use some kind of a company that shreds your electronics, because that data, even if you delete it, you just don't want to take any chances with that, and make sure that they're really cleaned up. And that goes with your photo albums. When we talked about deleting older files, backup photos you want to keep, and delete old and maybe less flattering pictures of yourself and your family.
And all those
those
email addresses that go back 10 years, and some of those people you have not been in touch with, and maybe 9 years.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of information that we keep that we don't ever go back to, so we never have a chance to delete it because we just don't touch it anymore. But this is a time when you really want to focus on doing that and backing up the data that you do want to keep, so that you always have something safely stored. And again, you can put that in that same, safe with your passwords, just to make sure that you have backup should anything happen. And make sure you empty your trash and recycle bins on all your devices, on a regular basis. That's really important.
And how about I guess this is week 4 would be good, cleaning up the online reputation and making sure your online reputation is squeaky clean.
That's right. I mean, your social media, your Facebook profile.
Yeah,
right,
you don't want something pretty strange out there.
No,
if
I mean,
possible.
It's really important to make sure that you are, being careful with the information that you're giving out on your accounts. Don't put in your address. Don't put in your... don't put in your family members' connections. These are all little things, like especially with your kids, and make sure that you have an active role in making sure their online reputation is safe, because anything that you give out in the social media world, any of the platforms, you are giving that information to scammers that can create a profile on your behalf.
And I've seen people on Facebook that will give out over the Facebook their phone number.
Right.
Not a good idea.
It's really not. I mean, any information that you don't want, anyone to have except for your close friends, don't post it publicly.
So it's very important to kind of go through all of this, over a 4-week period. But I think it seems overwhelming to even begin, but you really do need to do it, because there's a lot of stuff since we've entered the digital age over the last, 10 years that time to do an update.
It catches
really
up
is.
to us
It
quickly.
really does.
But there are a lot of steps. And so we put this on our website in our news and events page at tucson.bbb.org, where people can actually go into the segment and they can see all of the steps. There's an infographic, there's a video. So we tried to make it very easy to understand.
And again, folks, go to the BBB website, and it's just Google BBB or Better Business Bureau Tucson will get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Tucson.bbb.org is the site, but the news and events page is where you'll find this segment on it. You can also get tips on the digital safety from the National Cybersecurity Alliance that we've been working with, and they're at staysafeonline.org. And then you can do a cyber checkup for businesses. There's 5 steps to better business cybersecurity, and that is also on our page. Just look up cybersecurity. You'll find it there. We're also going to be having a cybersecurity workshop the end of this month. So that's on our news and events page too, and that is actually with the Tucson Police Department. They've got some great tips to give businesses to keep their online information safe.
Suzanne Miller doing a great job, bang up job there
Thank
at
you.
BBB. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Great seeing you.
Great seeing you, Bill. Thanks for always having us here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.